So, one thing I keep seeing on the internet everywhere is people splitting themselves into these different parts, like my inner child, my higher self, my lower self, this and that, my shadow, my mind, my body. I get where people are coming from, and I might use words like this too at times. But I want to point something out with this, or like especially like my ego or my mind. Like this is the like number one thing where I'm just like, come on, dude. They will like people will be like, oh, so my mind is telling me this and this and this. Like, oh, my mind is telling me these excuses, and what do I do about it? It's so silly. It's not your mind, it's you. It's you. All of your feelings, that's you. Like, the thing here is that, yeah, maybe you're not exactly at fault or something. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you're at fault for what you're thinking or what you're feeling or whatever. But the point is like this kind of, it feels like just shirking responsibility. Just being like, oh, that's on me, you know? It's my mind. It's my inner child. My inner child feels unsafe. Come on, dude. Come on. It's just not helping, because if you don't acknowledge that it's you who feels unsafe, it's you who is scared, it's you who is thinking these thoughts that are not helpful in your opinion, then how are you ever gonna move forward? See, here's the thing. The thing is, it's all you. If you knew better, if you really knew better, you wouldn't have a problem with whatever thoughts or feelings or beliefs are coming up. It's you who do not understand how to properly navigate all of this stuff. I think that thoughts and feelings and all of these things, you know, they are like an echo of your being. And that does not mean that that is essentially you, not at all. But you have to just acknowledge that you are the one having these whatever limiting thoughts or whatever is troubling you. You have to acknowledge that that's you who's troubled by them, obviously, and not, oh, it's my ego worries. So silly. It's so silly, honestly. Where is that gonna get you? Like, if you're not even taking the responsibility to say, okay, I'm having these thoughts and I'm worried about them. I'm feeling the worry and I'm concerned about this worry, right? Like, I'm not saying that you cannot detach from the worry and let the worry just be there and just, you know, breathe and work through it or be unbothered by it. But the point is, people will come with questions and be like, okay, so my mind is having this issue. How do I get over it? I think the first step is to really acknowledge that it's you who's having the problem and not someone else, not your mind, not your inner child, not your ego. It's you who's having the problem. And then it's a matter of understanding yourself. Understanding is what gives rise to the perspective, to the worldview that you have. It's like this awareness is synonymous with perspective, is synonymous with understanding, is synonymous with a certain worldview. And from that, you spawn all of these thoughts and feelings. And, well, I guess the beliefs are just, belief is just another word really for understanding. You know, like you have all these different levels. Like you have an idea, or you have an assumption, or you have a belief, or you know something, or you're whether you say like I deeply believe this, or I know, or I just think, that's all the same thing. It's all just how you understand the world, how you view the world, how you view yourself. But the only difference is the level of certainty that you have. When you say you know something, you really don't know. It's just a view. Like, you're just saying that I really deeply believe this. I know that the earth is round. But you could have never seen you never saw the world from space, but you're just very, very, very convinced that it's round. I'm not saying that it's flat. I'm just making an example. So, whereas other things you're gonna say, oh, I believe this and this. It's just different levels of certainty, but it's all the same thing. It comes down to how you view the world, how you understand the world. And if you don't acknowledge that it's you who has this worldview, who has this understanding, then how are you gonna work through any problem? If you're just gonna say, oh, it's my inner child that has this stupid thought, this stupid belief, and I don't agree with that belief at all. No, you do. You do. You have that belief. And that's why it's troubling you. Like, people be really out there being like, oh, you know, I already know better, but my inner child is so scared. Or whatever, you know? And it's just really not helping you to say these things to yourself and to kind of split yourself into these imaginary parts, and that way like shirk responsibility for them, instead of just seeing that, okay, it's me. It's me who has this worldview, you know? And so I gotta work on that. Long story short, the subconscious that people talk about, in a way, it's a myth. It's a way to, in my mind, it's a way to kind of shirk the responsibility for what's going on. It's not like that's the intention, but it's just like you're not really honest with yourself. Because the fact is, it doesn't matter what happened in your past. It's what you think and feel and believe now that matters. That's what shapes your actions and your mood and everything. So see it for what it is, man. I'm gonna have to make another video about this because the sun is going down right now and I'm really not feeling it. But it's basically really everything you're thinking and feeling and doing is in a way what you want. It's a little bit more complicated and nuanced in a way, but you're basically doing the things that you're doing because that's what you want at the end of the day. And yes, there's like fear involved, right? It's not like it's the ideal thing, but you know, you're operating on a certain level of belief, and within that framework you're like, okay, this is what I want, and so that's what you do, and so that's what you keep thinking, and so that's what you keep feeling, and that's what you keep telling yourself. So whatever, all that this video is really about is just to say, like, come on, stop with the, oh, my inner child, it's my inner child. My inner child doesn't feel safe. No, it's you who doesn't feel safe, or whatever other problem that you have, right? Oh, it's my ego who's so attached to money and so attached to chasing women. Come on, it's you. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna try to make videos regularly now. So if you have any thoughts, do post them in the comments and let me know whatever, like, questions or whatever kind of objections you have, let's say. And yeah, like, I guess follow, and I will see you tomorrow. Take care.